Hey there, Elliot McCracken, your local real estate professional with www.soldbyelliot.com. I'm here today with
Jose, the owner of Blue Star Inspection.
And Jose, you've been a licensed home inspector for how long now?
Going on 7 years, and as far as my company, it's been around for about 2 years.
2 years. Now, what got you in the business, Jose?
I would say to be able, obviously, to provide for my family, and also help the community as far as helping them make a professional, sound purchase of their home.
Now, how many home inspections would you say you do a month?
On an average, on a really slow end, it could be anywhere from 25 and the most, and I would probably say from 50 to 60 a month.
All right. Now, I know all home inspectors charge by square foot. Where do you start your home inspections at price-wise?
On prices, our lowest one is probably going to be, as long as the home doesn't exceed 1,200 square feet, it'll be $275, which is probably one of the lowest here in Bakersfield. And then our most common one is probably going to be from the square footage of 1,200 all the way to 1,800, and that inspection itself is $325.
$325, right. Now here in California, you have the right as a home buyer to what's known as a 17-day contingency period for you to do your due diligence and find out everything you can about the house. One of those inspections you have the right to do is a home inspection. Now Jose, what is one of the most important things about getting a home inspection?
It's actually finding out the condition of the property, because when you're doing the walkthrough or when you're looking at the property initially, you just envision yourself in that house, you and your family, who's going to have what room, and you start changing out, making plans of designing, changing the flooring, the tile, things like that. But do you really understand the condition of the home? That's the plumbing, the electrical, the roof, the status on the condition, on the AC, on the HVAC, on the wall furnaces, the basement if there is, the crawl space, things like that you don't really pay attention to, but they're very important. And what we do is we go in there and we inspect all these items and put them in a nice detailed report.
Now Jose, what are some of the most common items you find with every home inspection?
Well, I would say probably one of the most common ones, and it's small, but it's something that California that we have to have, and that's going to be smoke detectors in all the bedrooms. Something as simple as that. A lot of the homeowners or even tenants or renters, the battery goes low, which is a pretty common problem, and sometimes they don't replace them. The battery starts to chirp in the middle of the night. The homeowner wakes up frustrated, takes off the smoke alarm and sets it somewhere, ends up forgetting about it, loses it, who knows, throws it away. But that's something that you need to have in every single bedroom. It's very important. And same thing like double strapping the water heaters. We live in California. We do get earthquakes once in a while. And last thing you want is for an earthquake to hit and your water heater to fall down because it wasn't double strapped. And then you're going to have a plumbing leak or a gas leak, and that's important. So that's definitely one of the many things that we look for in a home.
Now, on the opposite side of the little minor things you tend to see frequently, what are some of the major finds you've had that are not so frequent?
I would say probably, it can be anywhere from the foundation. The foundation's broken or cracked, or it's not properly being supported, whether it's on a crawl space or on a slab, or the roof has a lot of broken tiles and there is an active water leak, but the homeowner hasn't seen it because it's still in the insulation kind of buried in there, but eventually it will make its way into the house. Or AC problems, the AC looks nice from the outside, but does it work? Does it heat up and cool? And is it in the right temperatures? And you definitely want to have that.
In your honest opinion, price of your average home inspection, somewhere between $300 and $500, do you feel it's worth it? Does it pay for itself with the findings you tend to find on your average home?
Yes, I can't stress that enough. Is a lot of times, like for example, just like Elliot said, some of our inspection fees are $300 to $400, and depending if it's a huge house with the pool and a spa, it can get up there as far as $500 to $600. But a lot of times the things that we find will outweigh the fee itself, in those repair costs. And sometimes the seller does make those repairs, whether it's a whole complete AC replacement that's upwards of $5,000 to $7,000 to $8,000, and $300 saved you that, and that's huge. Or whether it's a roof problem or roof leaks or plumbing or electrical needs to be replaced because it's aluminum. Things like that. It's a win. It's a no-brainer. Get the home inspection.
Now, why hire a trained professional home inspector like yourself versus having your uncle or someone who's in the business or deals with construction kind of look over your home.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things is, we do get a lot of those like, hey, I have a cousin that's a contractor, wants to go over the property. Do you still advise on? Of course I do. These professionals, not knocking them in any way, shape, or form, but they're specific on their field, whether it's an electrician, a plumber, a roofer, things like that. But they don't really understand the whole entire process of a house. That's the plumbing, the electrical, the roof, the HVAC, the framing, the foundation. There's a lot of stuff involved in it, and we have a report, a software that we go from A to Z in this report. And your uncle, your tío, or your handyman, they're only looking at certain things, and they're probably writing stuff in a notepad. And then you're going to give that to your realtor. They might not understand the chicken scratch writing, things like that. But with us, we'll have a very detailed report with pictures included, very, very nicely put together, and we present that to the buyer and also to the realtor, and hopefully, to try to help the process move forward with those repairs.
Now, again, being the biggest benefit of getting a home inspection is knowing what you're getting into. If you were to choose not to get a home inspection, in your honest opinion, it's like playing Russian roulette, right?
Yes, the last thing you want is, and I know it's kind of joking, but the last thing you want is, as you're moving in, you have your cousins and your uncles and your mom, brother, sister, and everybody's excited about you getting your home. And you didn't get the home inspection to try to save $300 to $400, and that's okay. But what's going to happen when somebody needs to use a restroom that's helping you move, and unfortunately they can't flush the toilet, because it doesn't work, and that was one of the things that you didn't notice. So it's that, I know it's kind of silly, but it definitely needs to be inspected.
Sometimes the little things get overlooked.
Yes, exactly. Something is flushing the toilet, and the last thing you want is for it to come out.
Now, Jose, what's the best part of your job?
Honestly, is when we do the walkthroughs. Our walkthrough is normally when we're done with the home inspection, the buyer will show up and we go over the items in person. There's some inspectors that don't do that. We love to do that. We want to meet our clients, see them, and a lot of times they bring their family over. Their grandma, their uncles, their dad, their mom, their fiance, their significant others, and they'll come to the property and we'll show them the items that we find and get them familiar with the home. But just the looks on their faces, whether it's the kids or their mom and dad, and they're so proud of their kids or themselves, or the husband and wife or their partners, and they're happy that they're able to buy a house. And a lot of the kids will be picking out their rooms, and it's just an awesome feeling just to be part of that, because I remember my first time and it was a great feeling. It was awesome. So I love seeing that, and that's one of the best things that I love about my job, is to see that interaction.
Jose, where can someone get a hold of you and find out more about the services you offer?
Okay, so one of the things that anybody can do is look us up on our website at www.bluestarinspections.us. Can't stress that enough, US. They'll be able to find all our information, all our services, our price points, and you can even schedule an inspection on our website. I'll repeat it again, www.bluestarinspections.us, or give me a call at 661-706-0658.
Last question, Jose. What separates Blue Star Inspections from some of the other home inspectors here in the town?
We love what we do, and we love seeing the joy that it brings to families. And another thing is that we feel strongly about is customer service, is being able to take care of our customers and our clients. Just like they're your clients, they become our clients as well. And that's one thing that we always tell our clients: don't be afraid to give us a call or a text, and just keep us updated. And also let us know if there's any issues that you do find. Sometimes we're able to help you to refer other contractors and things like that, because typically the house, there's certain things that do break down, and over time you want to make sure you're able to trust people, and that's one of us. Trust us. Give us a call.
Thanks, Jose, for coming on out today. Really appreciate your time. Great information. Once again, if you need to get a Jose, you can give him a call at
661-706-0658.
And one last time, your website?
www.bluestarinspections.us.
All right. Thanks, Jose, again for coming out. It's been Ali McCracken, soulvalley.com. We'll see you next time.